In the last chapter, you just became the welterweight world champion by defeating Yuto Takeda. Takeda was in a very bad condition, lying in the hospital bed, and the doctor said that his jaw had been shattered, so even if he somehow recovered, he might not be able to box again. Yuto then thanked the coach for still teaching her boxing and left the coach in tears. Seen watching Yu's and Takeda's match was the middleweight world champion Fabrizio Santorino and his trainer and brother Marco Santorino, saying that soon you will come after them and they'll be ready. Let's give him the best show of his life, they said. In no time you defeated the welterweight champion and now has 3 titles under his belt, soon after he defeated the junior middleweight champion, which makes 4 weight divisions conquered by you. Conquering the weight classes at a tremendous pace, the welterweight and junior middleweight have been a cakewalk for you. The announcer says that it's obvious who Yu's next target is, Fabrizio Santorino, as their match is just around the corner. But suddenly Fabrizio goes into the ring to talk to you. As the crowd yells at him, booing him, he yells, "Shut up," and he'll just pay his respects. He then says to you that he didn't let a single punch land on him while he conquered 4 weight classes, making him question while pulling a gun out aimed at you if he could even dodge a bullet. The crowd was in shock as he did his stunt, and then bang. Confetti came out of the gun, making it seem just a prank, as the crowd laughed and said, "That's Santorino for ya." He then fired the gun again in the air. This time real bullets came out. Left the crowd speechless as it was a real gun aimed at you. He then said that he was going to kill you in the ring the legal way, then left the ring. The next day the manager came to Yu's house, saying that his house might have cameras set up by his opponent. Starting now, the manager will be with you 24/7 to guard him, because they know that his next opponent likes to use all kinds of dirty tricks and intimidation tactics, so by the time the boxer steps into the ring, they're a nervous wreck. The match has already begun, the manager says. Yu then continued his daily training, and the manager noticed that Yu's daily routine only consisted of going from his house to the gym and back, and not sure if she should be relieved or feel sorry for him. Yu seems more empty inside than before, she notices. After training, they also go home together. She then cooks food for Yu, saying that starting now he must only eat what she cooks to be safe from food poisoning that the opponent might secretly put. It was her first time cooking, and she said it was a piece of cake for a pro like her. She then noticed that Yu had changed his expression from his usual. Yu then tried to eat the food, but it was not as good as Yu threw up. The two also sleep together, as the manager said she is on guard 24/7. She then thought to herself and said she thought Yu was a cold and emotionless person, but earlier when she made him food, he looked like he was about to cry. Secretly, Coach K told the guard to put a hidden camera to watch over the two and to always be updated. Morning comes as Yu is doing his daily routine, then sees an old drunk man walking up to Yu. This man was paid by the Santorini to spill the toxin in the bottle to Yu. He then acted as if he tripped, but Yu had a very fast reflex and dodged the toxin, making it spill on the old man instead. The manager said to Yu that the Santorini draws a line in killing people, but if it's a cat he should be careful because that's a different story. The two again walked home together after Yu's practice, and the manager was thinking about the past when Yu was just a skinny kid brought in by the coach, and to look at him now a world champion. Suddenly some thugs approached them and said that if they wanted to cross they should pay a fee, and if not the manager could pay with her body. Realizing that this might not be the work of the Santorino and that they were a real danger, she put Yu's safety first, and as she was about to tell Yu to go and leave, Yu quickly punched the guy holding the gun. Before the gun dropped, Yu grabbed it and shot the other two guys in the legs, leaving them on the ground, and as he was about to finish them off, killing them, the manager stopped Yu as she realized that Yu was really about to kill them just like that, in no regards of human life. Still, deep down she still wants to believe that a different version of Yu exists. She then said, "I know this isn't the best timing to be asking this, but would you like to go on a date with me on your next off day?" Yu replied, "I don't know how a date works. It's not that difficult, you just go someplace fun, eat good food, and make small talk," she said. Yu then agrees and goes home together. The next morning arrives and the manager is ready to go, all dressed up and looks like a different person from her usual get-up. You on the other hand just wore his normal day-to-day outfit and she complained that he should go change. She then did his hair differently, much more cleanly, and said that from now on this will be his dating hair. Continued to pick clothes for him and it was very shiny. You did not like it, but she insisted he go change. He then went out and asked if people really wear clothes like this. She giggled and said not, with a straight face of course, and he should go try on the next one. You then proceeded to put on various clothing as instructed by the manager, and with each change she couldn't hold in her laughter anymore. Then finally you came out wearing a clean suit, shocked the manager as you was really handsome, and said that he now looked quite presentable and that they'd buy that, and also the bear suit. Now arriving at the amusement park, they go on various rides and play arcade games, a very different activity in Yu's daily life. They got their picture taken and she was complaining that you should fix his expressionless face and try to smile as she instructed him to follow her. You then tried to smile, but it became somewhat creepy and she said to forget that she even mentioned it. They then went into a horror house and the manager was very scared of the things in there and found herself holding onto you, questioning herself if she now has feelings for you. Suddenly a scary face appeared, the face of Jean-Pierre, and Yu's face. The two girls screamed, seeing their faces, now realizing that they were in each other's arms. They then talked formally outside, introducing one to each other, and as Jean was introducing his wife Stella, she was looking at you and then said, "I don't like you because you almost killed Jean in their match." The manager then replied that it's okay because when you're a winner, envy and jealousy come with the territory, and why you was used to it. The wife then said, "What? Are you saying Jean is a weak loser with needlessly long hair and a gloomy personality who says mean things to his wife like, your incessant chatter is annoying when he doesn't even help around the house much?" Clearly over-exaggerating the manager's words to make fun of Jean. The couple is now on a double date suddenly, and Jean says that it's a surprise to see you there and that he has somewhat changed a bit and wonders if the manager has to do anything about it. Jean's child now wanted ice cream. In a flash, Jean got so many and said, "Although I've changed as well." He has a happy family now, and one of the ice cream flew to Yu's head. Jean then warns them about Yu's next opponent and that he shouldn't take them lightly. Now as they are leaving, Jean thinks to himself, why you didn't dodge the ice cream earlier, and then looks at the manager saying that he might lose if he doesn't watch out. Now nighttime is the two of them now talking to each other. She asked if he would continue boxing even if he didn't find the light he was searching for. You replied, "I guess there's nothing else to do, really." Then she said that maybe he could find that light somewhere else and not in the ring. He doesn't need to search far, as a firework suddenly appeared. Maybe it's right beside you, as the two now sharing this beautiful moment together watching the fireworks. They were interrupted by a girl who was the sister of their next opponent and said that her brother wanted to talk to the manager alone. You then asked what that was all about and she tore the invitation and said it was nothing. She had a very fun day and asked if they should continue with their day-to-day routine. You then asked, "If it's okay with you, would you like to go out again?" She was a bit shocked as you took the initiative and replied she was happy to. Their normal routine goes by and Coach K notices something in you, that he is slowly changing, not becoming the monster he wished him to become. He calls their training a day and says he wants to talk to the manager. Kay then angrily said to the manager what she was thinking about playing house with him when he told her to just guard him, asked if she now has feelings for him, and as of today she is dismissed from guarding him anymore. A new bodyguard will now be accompanying you on the way home. Carmen, the manager, now goes home looking a bit sad, and as she was closing the door, inside was Yu's next opponent, Santorino. The next panel shows Carmen lying in bed, beaten up and in a bad condition. You is sad to see Carmen like this, and as the coach says that he should get his revenge on the ring instead. They are now about to leave the room and prepare for the interview for their next match. They now meet each other, and the interviewer said that they are the most famous and most talked about trainers in the boxing world right now to give insights to one another. First, Coach Marco said that he respects Kay and his thirst for winning is almost frightening. But he can't imagine how it would feel to live as that creepy old man's toy, and he suppose it wouldn't matter if the toy is just as psychotic as the coach looking at you. Now for the insights of Coach K, he then says, I guess his prostitute of a mother hasn't taught him any manners, with a devilish smile on his face. This made Marco mad and they tried to fight K on the spot, and K says, go on, try it. I might be old, but I can still easily kick your ass. His brother then calms him down and says to him that he'll kill them both in the ring instead. Then finally they pass the mic to you, remembering his good memories with Carmen, who is now lying on a hospital bed beaten up, replies, I don't plan on letting you off easy with a KO so for the entire 12 rounds. Remembering the gentle smile of Carmen, and you now smiles as if he's the devil himself. This sent a shiver down the spine of everyone there, even his opponents, because you never replied when he was interviewed, and this was the first time. Now next, you's opponent is doping and saying that this drug feels different and he feels he could even dodge a bullet, now excited to face you, confident on the drugs he has taken. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be updated on our latest posts.